Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and apparently welcome to part 2 of the stream because it disconnected again. Though that was the first time it disconnected since I adjusted the settings, but apparently that didn't fully fix it, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it still wants to disconnect occasionally, which is very annoying because I hate when it splits it into 2 videos like that. But oh well, we're back now. And yeah, still the same thing that we've been doing, trying to get through the Delves of Wild Court. I believe we're currently at floor 180, or Delve level, I mean. Not 180, I'm in 280. So still got a little ways to go. So we are starting to do the skip floor method, where we're just going straight to the boss, which ends up making it go quite quicker, since we're skipping half the Delve, which ends up saving a lot of time, obviously. So that's our current game plan, and we're just moving forward with that. Moving towards level 500 Pure Faction. I believe we've currently bought up to 4 packs, if I'm not mistaken, as far as the, yeah, 4 packs. So that means we spend, what is that, 1,910 gems, I believe that is, total, to get to where we are, as far as potion effects. And that should be enough to run through the entirety of the Delve, all the way to 500 Pure Faction, both with enough sigils as well as enough stats. Do it easily. Hello everyone, welcome again! Hello Leeds Gaming, hello GG Ram, hello James, hello everyone else. Pretty sure everyone will slowly start trickling back over the next half an hour. Let's see. Some people just leave the stream idling, so they might need to realize it's like, oh, it went down, and then come back and switch it over to the other thing. Fortunately, YouTube doesn't have like an automatic thing for that. But yeah, probably next month. Definitely by the end of this year. I want to try getting all my connection issues situated. Really, my entire setup, I almost just want to go and overhaul for a better one. I'm very tempted just to finally do that this year. I've been meaning to for a while. Like, replace computer, and just upgrade a lot of things. And get a better internet connection. I'm not sure how much better I can really get and where my current area is. But I do want to look into it and see what alternatives there might be. Because this is starting to become a really reoccurring problem, especially as of recently. It's happening way too much. And all the troubleshooting I have not really given much results. You watch more Tacet videos per day than news on TV? I actually do watch a lot of news, but not on TV. After maxing out Wardens, are you going to have a new farming faction for shards or doing 500s? I'm going to be attempting level 500 pure factions with our current 3 daily delves. Main goal right now is Hall of Guardians. Trying to get Hall of Guardians to level 500 Pure Faction. Hello, Marbarashi! Welcome. I'll get a mountain for now. And that should be most of our mana that we need. One more will do it all the way to full. And it should be good to go. Let's poke us some. All good. We'll take a skull and destroy all the things. Make sure he doesn't devour us. Get the quick kill on first slot. And one more will do it. You have to run Sylvania Mora last slot, just to be safe. Got Hunter marked and Scold once. Yeah, that can definitely happen. Sylvania Mora used to run the last slot for safety. Though, given that Deathless is not that needed until the very final one, I normally don't bother. Because if we lose a troop, it's not really that big a deal until 500. Everything prior to that just annoying for completing out the rest of Delve. But since we're already rushing anyways, it's less of a need to. If we were doing every room, maybe we might want to have it. But one other thing we could also do is just switch to Titan if we needed to. Just make sure we always have Brown Barrier. And just cast Mountain Crusher to regain our Brown Barrier normally. Because you'd normally cascade it. Yeah, Sylvania Mora definitely helps a lot in not dying in higher level delves. And she just disables their capability to do skull damage in most battles. As long as they don't have immune to Entangle, which most battles don't. And then again, is that immune? No, that's just, I believe the tree thing is normally immune, but there's a Spark Skin there. I forget what the icon is. Actually, it might be the, what is the icon for Entangle immunity? Actually, I forget what it is now. I think it's like those little vine-like things. Kind of looks like the one that I believe that is used for Entangle as well. I think they share the same icon or something. Anyways, let's go get that down. Their explosion. There are two things there. Grab Skull's Wall. Actually, no, I won't. Because it's not an extra turn anymore. Yeah, Essence of Evil has Entangle on it too, among every other stats effect. You can Entangle first slot and then Entangle another. Off of trait plus, oh, we just died. Off of trait plus, what's it called? Off of trait plus, then the Essence of Evil cast. Off of something like Sun Spear. Also, as I was mentioning, us dying doesn't really matter till the end. Which is why I don't really care if it dies. Because it won't affect much. Because only once we get to 500 will it matter if we die on any of these. As long as we don't lose the entire delve. Because even though we only got 20 points there instead of 30, the second we do a Deathless again, we get all those points back. That we might have missed out on. But it's not like we actually missed them. That's the reason why 500 is the only one that technically matters to go Deathless on. Because as long as you do it on that one, it doesn't matter if you went Deathless on 0 of the previous ones. It counts as if you did it on all of them. Though we are going to need to switch our hero class soon, as it is starting to die semi-regularly because of the stat difference. Once we reach the higher battles, it can like 2-3 shot us with skulls already. I think it's 3 currently, but it's going to be up to 2 shots soon. Well, what I use for Pure Faction, I'm likely just using the exact same team as the final battle. It's kind of like All Seeing Eye, in that the best composition is actually the final battle itself. But I don't think we're going to use anything different than this. Be able to get all the team bonus and everything. Because it has everything we really need. As a tank, has a mana accumulation, has damage, has more damage. So we don't really need to use anything else. Or, you know, we don't need to double up on any of them. If we were to, I'd probably replace out the Fairy Fire for a second legend. If we were to make a replacement. Good morning, Mr. Thomas. Welcome. And hello, Nick S. Hello, Wizzo. What banner am I currently using? +2 brown, +1 purple, -1 yellow, I'm pretty sure. I think that's the banner I'm using. Yep, that's exactly so. So having a little bit more green would be pretty beneficial. Not sure why I'm still overkill on brown. It's nice to have a lot of Mountain Crushers, but we're not really going to have it up anyways. Could even just go to a double green if we really want to. Don't even need to go like any kind of special banner. It's a double green. I think my main concern why I didn't green initially is because it seemed like it would block Leprechaun slightly. That's not really that big a deal. We need the green desperately anyways. But we're mostly exploding it, which I guess is kind of the reason why I didn't really do it initially. Up here's about to die. Yeah, I think we need to go get Titan. Aw, well, it looks like we won't be able to level the hero class anymore. Able to get it pretty far for free though. Actually, we could still lose this Delve if we're not careful. So definitely time to go do Titan. Definitely don't want to be losing Delves. Gonna wait till we get full mana there and then just kill it that way. There we go, and he's dead. Okay, next order of business. One more room. Get our level 65 Oracle. That's a good level for it to stop at then. Actually, technically 70 would be the best level for it to stop at. But it does look like you need to switch into Titan. I switch up banner as well at that point. Hey, you only do Fairy Fire if they're Hunter's marked already, I forgot. Maybe you do just go to Legend then. Double Legends. I completely forgot his Fairy Fire is conditional based on Hunter's Mark. And while you're going to have a lot of Hunter's Mark, you might not necessarily have the Hunter's Mark on what you want to target. Oh, don't die. There we go. Hello, Kaki! Welcome! Okay, let's go change things up a little bit with this team real quick. First one being, let's go use Titan. And let's actually use a correct Titan as well, because we actually have to use Titan slightly differently. Let me see. Titan, talent tree, stun, attack, extra brown, storm, barrier, explode, elemental. Because that gives them extra magic. And let's go change our banner, I guess. See, what minus yellow and other banners do we have? Minus yellow. Blue green seems tempting. Let's see, minus red. And let's see on the other one. Purple green's not too bad. Get Leprechaun up a bit quicker. Let's do green to brown, isn't that bad either. Yeah, we'll go that way. It's the banner of the faction anyways. Okay, should be good now. We still have our +1 for the weapon to get up a bit quicker if we still need it. Since it is 11 mana costs, it does gain some more of a benefit from having it like that. So I normally gain so much mana that that +1's probably not going to be needed. +2 could, because it just bursts it up, but +1, probably not. But we don't really have an excess brown to put it into, so it's kind of pointless to have the extra brown. Regardless. And I will never die, and we'll notice a pretty big increase to how quickly we can win now. Because not only do we have more damage, we also have more barriers, so we can just take riskier moves. That'll hit us back without having to worry about our hero dying. And we also have explosions, which make the board go all over the place. Or even more explosions. Explosions on extra turns. Yep, that is not what I meant to take. 1 mana short. How awful. Luckily he got it there. And every extra turn keeps increasing our damage. At least on the 2 elemental ones, which is all of our damage anyway, so there we go. Yeah, much quicker. Power of Titan. But now we're not gaining any classy. XP is the only problem. Oh, we can run the rest of the delve easily with this. Forever load. Loading. Loading. There we go. We're still loading even after the loading screen. Weird. Oh, I'll get him out in there. Let him do his thing. Don't drain us. Never mind, it won't matter. We have. That's funny. He actually tried going for it. He tried draining our thing that had full mana, but it had Bless at start of battle. So Bless is immune to mana drain, so it did nothing. Kind of funny. AI doesn't realize that it can't do that. That one has immunity. It's kind of weird. They make the AI really self-aware of freeze mechanic, like extremely self-aware of freeze, but they're not really that self-aware of some other mechanics like barrier and bless and stuff like that. They're like hyper-aware of freeze, but they're not really that aware of many other mechanics, which they definitely should consider coding eventually. They did it really well for freeze for the most part, but for whatever reason, the AI has like almost no way of telling what other stats effects are on it, because it doesn't react to bless, doesn't act to barrier or anything like that. Probably doesn't react to reflect at all either. I wouldn't be surprised if the AI just deliberately kills itself constantly once we start getting viable reflect options. Next faction. Almost full mana. There we go. And I just... Don't even need a follow-up. One's enough. Another one down. So how many more Val Ravens do we need right now? Well, we have another 3 battles tomorrow. So let's just say we're at 15. So we need to find 2 Val Ravens. If we find 2 Val Ravens, that'll be enough to complete out the event. Within 15 battles, we have to find 2 Val Ravens. Otherwise, we need to spend another 200 gems. Yeah, we're getting there. We'll definitely be in the 400s by the end of the stream, that's for sure. Or we might just finish it up tonight. Normally we finish it up on Sundays. Actually, never mind. We're going to have to finish it up on Sunday regardless. I forgot. Duh. Because we don't have those 3 battles yet. Unless I want to spend even more gems. Which ideally we want to save those when we can. But never mind. It'd be impossible for us to do it today. Unless we get absurdly lucky Val Raven luck. We guys have to find 4 Val Ravens in order to be able to do it today. Very unlikely. Hello, Gothic! Hello, LeVar Bliss. Welcome. Infinite loop without truffle. I mean, without forest scroll. There we go. It just infinitely looped into itself 5 times. It's not infinite, but you know, really long loop. How do you get the spoilers for the website? The link's in description. First link, if I'm not mistaken, or second link. The first link's to patch notes. But it's this website, and here's specifically on troops. But if you return to the main menu on it, where it says return to main menu, I believe there's a button for it. There's the one specifically for troops. But if you go back to the main menu, it has a bunch of other ones as well, for a bunch of other stuff. What were you referring to? Oh, how do they get the spoilers from the website? Never mind, I read that wrong. But they get the spoilers from the website by looking at the game files on the PC version. I'm not sure how they get it for Switch, though. Because I'm not sure how they're getting the data from the game. I guess if you have a hacked Switch, you could. I'm actually not sure how they're getting the data for the Switch version. But for the PC mobile version, they're getting it from PC pretty easily. It's why we get a lot more info whenever a new patch comes out, because the game files get updated then. Because the game internally has the full, like, scheduling already planned out. Like, the game runs on a cycle where it already knows, like, hey, this will be this event, and this roll everything out, and so on and so forth. And all that can be tracked within the game files. Because it's normally coded within the game months in advance. All the upcoming events. It's one of the reasons why Monday events generally run extremely smoothly. At least recently, anyways, for the last few years. Because they're already implemented months in advance. Like, next patch in sometime within the next few weeks, sometime this month, we'll already have, like, the coding for, like, January next year events. It goes quite a far forward. Go, grab all that, take another one. Back to full mana. Oh, wait. I definitely took that for an extra turn. I guess I took it the wrong way. Whoops. Should have taken that 5 times green. Could already won. Not that big a deal, though. And he's dead. It also exploded. Hello, Penrolls. Welcome. Hello, Will. You just crafted Ferrous Raw. Nice. What's a good way to farm souls after the most recent patch? Do you mean next patch or right now? Right now, Explore. Next patch, I can't say. But it will be better next patch. There's something new next patch that'll be the best location for farming souls. It'll still use the same teams. Like, for example, if you have one Ferrous Raw, you'd most likely want to use Dragon Soul, Ferrous Raw, Azarus, and Umberwolf. Or use Hero with Purple Storm instead of Umberwolf if you don't have Umberwolf. Or if you just wanted to level your hero class. But the same premise of team will still be used, like literally the exact same team. But the way you do it is slightly different. Or, you know, like the method of which you do it. Same general premise though. And right now you just do it in Explore, because there's currently not a better location for it. Other than your daily adventure boards are a pretty good location. Particularly the low level common ones and rare ones. Which there are 2 of them today. But as far as the infinite ones, Explorer is just the best option currently. Until next patch. Where it gets much better. And by much better, I don't mean like much better. It's pretty much like what it was prior to it getting nerfed. What they're reverting it back to. Like, the same rate you were able to get prior to this patch is the same rate you'll be able to get pretty much next patch. Like, it's not an increase of a rate. They're just reverting the rate back to what it previously was. Because it got heavily nerfed this most recent patch. Go farming this current patch is, took a dip of like 10 to 20,000 per hour. But it's being reverted back to next patch. So generally, I would say just wait to do soul farming if you're interested in soul farming right now. Unless you just desperately need souls. Because the rate is going to go back to normal starting next patch. Is there a hero class with summons Purple Storm? Yes. It's only for 4 turns, but yes. There's Necromancer. And 2 others, which I can't even remember off the top of my head. I believe Death Knight and 1 other? I believe there's 3. I know Necromancer's 1. It's the first one that comes to mind whenever I think of a hero class with Purple Storm. There should be 2 others, if not 3 others. But I know there's at least 3. Necromancer's 1 of them. I believe it's the Shadow Tree that has it. I forget what tree it was. I believe it was Shadows. It would make sense if it was Shadows. Yeah, Necromancer is one of those hero classes that I don't really give enough credit to. It's actually above mid-tier. It's a really interesting hero class just because it has 7% instant kill, Purple Storm, a lot of soul gain, like a lot of soul gain, more than any other hero class. And it has stealthy, fine with all that, and a natural half mana start. Like, it's definitely not the best hero class in the game, but it has a lot of really small utilities that synergize decently together. Yeah, it is also boostable. Same as Death Knight. However, Necromancer is better than Death Knight. I showed it in 2 of the teams. I ended up using Necromancer with it. The other one I ended up using Titan with. Then I showed it for the teams video. And that's because it counts as undead, so against the +2 magic, +2 armor boost from Grey King. One of the only few viable undeads, actually. Grey King in the hero class. Most other undeads are pretty underwhelming. Not all of them, but a good majority of them. Good number of them. There we go. I hate when they get a summon like that because you basically have to complete the battle twice. How much extra damage you have to do. Not exactly, but pretty close to that. Also, I gotta make sure I don't use all my battles. I do want to show this for video, hopefully today. If not today, definitely tomorrow. Because we still haven't covered a video on it. Did on the Mythic, not on the faction yet. Of course, we've been streaming the faction a bunch, but we haven't actually specifically done a side video for it. Just going over teams, peer faction, all that. Could potentially just combine it with the pure faction, though. Did you know your teams with Grey King already? What do you mean by that? Or did I show them? Oh, yes, I already showed them. We did a video on it yesterday, covering them all. We still have to test defend teams. I haven't tested the defense side of it. But offensively, we showed some offensive teams that could be used with it. My favorite one was actually the cheapest one, oddly enough. It was Mountain Crusher. What was the full team? Mountain Crusher. Oh, Mountain Crusher, Humility, the Grey King, and Leprechaun. It's all cheap stuff other than the Mythic. And it works decently effectively, surprisingly. And there we go. Oh no, stream's trying to die on us again. Okay, I only went down for like a second. So annoying though. Even though you get level 9 or 10 chests, the glory you get is all the same in the hundreds. Why is that so? Even lower level chests, like 6 or 7, give better loot with glory souls, shards, ingots. Well, it depends what you're dropping on specifically. Basically, the way that chests work, there's 2 main factors that determine your overall loot. The multiplier and the chest upgrade. And it is possible to get a lower multiplier while getting a higher chest upgrade. For example, you could get a 3.7 multiplier but get a level 10 chest. But you could also get like a 4.2 multiplier but get a level 8 chest. And those multipliers affect the amount of loots. Also, you have to keep in mind that quite a few of the loots have a pretty wide drop table. Like, I believe the shards have like a 2 to 8 drop or something. And quite a few of the other resources have a really, really wide drop. So you could end up hitting like the really low end, or you could end up hitting the really high end multiple times. I forget what the full drop table is. But like every single upgrade you get does like a few drops off the drop table. And it has things like 2 to 8 shards, some amount of glory, stuff like that. And the range of them is like almost a 3 times, 4 times difference between the lowest number and the highest number. So you can sometimes get really low chests that have really good loot and really high chests that have low loot. That's generally not going to happen. Like, obviously, the higher you go, generally the better your loot will be. But you can get lucky or unlucky in a way that would make a lower chest better or a bigger chest lower. While it's more likely that you would get more loot, it's not necessarily guaranteed because of how the drop table is. It's a really, really weird drop table. I forget like fully how it's set up. It's probably the weirdest drop table in the game though, like how they have it set up. It's a lot more complicated than it needs to be. That's for sure. Do we know the full drop table? Yes, it's somewhere on the forum. Where on earth it is, I completely forget. It is somewhere posted on the forum though a while back. The full drop table, unless they've tweaked it since then, which they might have, because that was like almost a year ago at that point. Yeah, over a year ago, because they posted it last like August or something. I can go try finding it real quick though. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to find it though, but I'll go check real quick. Like buried somewhere on the forum from over a year ago. Let's see. Type in Dove drop table and see if it comes in. Dove drop table. Let's see. Trying to think of what patch those were added. Because I believe it was posted around that time. Yeah, Dove drop table does not seem to put it up. Let's see. That's not it. That's also not it. Yeah, I would have to look back like when it was posted. Definitely not something I'm going to find quickly. I know it was posted at one point though, ages ago. Buried on the forum. Although if you want to look, it was around August 2018 most likely. August or September 2018 it was posted. Around that time. I would take a bit of searching to find it though. Hello, Supplement. No, we've been streaming for longer than 35 minutes. We just split it. We're almost up to 2 hours at this point. Actually, I believe it has been 2 hours. I'm not sure. Patch 4.0, September 2018. Let's see. Oh, was it a 4.0? I guess it was a major patch. Interesting. So we got Delves for 4.0. I wonder what we're getting for 5.0. We might be getting a new version of Delves, actually, for 5.0. Because they have made some mention of it. We go check it then. It might actually be posted on that post then. Let me type in 4.0. Because I believe it might have been posted on the patch notes for it. Not specifically on the patch notes, but in the description. In the comment section, I mean. Because I believe Surian ended up posting it after the fact. After a couple days. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Or not. I don't see it. I do not see it. Pretty sure it was posted here, though. I felt like it was posted here. It might have been posted on some kind of other topic during the time, though. Yeah, I don't see it. Rolled past it. I know the patch notes didn't specifically mention it. Very rarely do they mention out like the full thing in the patch notes. All the data for it. Wish they would though. Be pretty convenient. Be anywhere's here though. Odd. I'm not sure where it is. I know 100% it was posted at one point on the forum. Where it's buried, I do not know. Anyway, it's not too big a deal. Is 5.0 next? No, 4.6 is next. 5.0 is until early next year. We're likely getting 2 patches. The patch that's going to be before the end of this month. One more before Christmas. And then the next one after that, the first patch of next year could potentially be 5.0. But 5.0 is likely next year. I highly doubt they're going to be squeezing it in this year. Spoiler image wasn't posted yet on the on their website, on their socials, unless they posted it literally during the stream. But we checked an hour ago and 2 hours ago, and both times there was no spoiler on their social media, unless they posted it within the last several minutes, or the last hour, I should say. Let's see, did they post one? Nope, still none. Still no spoilers. Unless they post it somewhere where I'm not aware of, but it's not on their social media, which is where they normally post it. Oh, sorry, John, what was your question? Can you give you a team that utilizes the Hunter's Mark troop effectively? Most of those Hunter's Mark troops wouldn't really be used for anything. You don't really need to ever have that much Hunter's Mark spam. The only real Hunter's Mark spam you ever need is any hero class that has off its first perk off of extra turn every Hunter's Mark. Or Hunter's Mark every extra turn, I mean. All the Hunter's Mark troops that ended up coming in through this kingdom are not really that useful, other than maybe the red cap if you're early game and you don't have other options. But all you have to do is use that with any hero class that has the Hunter's Mark mechanic, and simply use that as a very fair option. For example, using Thief on your team combined with that. Or using Assassin in first slot combined with that, or any other combination similar to that, where you use the Hunter's Mark off a hero and then use the Fairy Fire off of the troop, off the Fairy Fire one. That Hunter's Mark, or that Fairy Fires the entire enemy team when he hits a Hunter's Marked enemy. But no, the Hunter's Mark effect of the Legend and stuff like that aren't really that useful. Though the weapon's pretty useful, even though I haven't messed around with it yet. Triple damage to a Hunter's Marked enemy. So you'd mostly just use that with hero classes that have Hunter's Marked. Yeah, everything from this kingdom's pretty underwhelming, other than the only really relevant one is the one with Fairy Fire, and that's mostly for early game and mid game players, because it's the cheapest viable Fairy Fire option in the game, and it's really easy to use with any hero class that has Hunter's Mark attached to it, which are things like Assassin, Archer, Thief, stuff like that. Thief being one of the better ones. I'm not gonna spoil it. I wish I could, though. Wish I could stream the entirety of the beta right now. But I won't. It is very tempting, though. Or there's a good chance we might get it next week. It's not guaranteed, but there is a small chance we get next patch next week. Could even get it next Monday for all we know. It's very unlikely, though. It's more probably towards middle October. Like next week, not this week. Or, 2 weeks from now, not next week. But there is theoretically a possibility it could literally be this Monday. Never knew. I really hope it is, though. It'd be very convenient if it comes out like next Monday or Tuesday or something. Because I'd hate if it comes out while I'm gone. I'll still be able to cover stuff with it. It's going to be a lot harder doing it that way. Because I won't have nearly as much time. Clearly the beta has less bugs and they're trying to figure out what bug to add before release. Yeah, pretty much. That's how it works. Now, they've been pretty good about patches not being overly bugged. Like, there are bugs. But, I know they've had some patches before where they basically added more bugs than they removed. And while that still happens, like more bugs coming into the game, I feel like they're still, right now, they're at the rate of removing more bugs than they add. Though there are still those patches that add more bugs than they remove. Let's see. Need here, good explosions. Get a truffle. I know that was a joke, but it's still true. Obviously, they don't deliberately try adding bugs. But there are bugs that are on, that are not on the beta, that are on the main version. And the main reason for this is the beta is generally never on live servers. And because of that, there's a lot of bugs that can be added when they put it over from the beta to live servers. So technically, it does add bugs when they release it. Because in-house, I believe they test it. But as far as what we get to test normally, is not on live servers. Which ends up making it so a lot more bugs normally are implemented after the fact. Once it is on live servers. Hello, Devil! Welcome. Gems of War doesn't have bugs, just random features, pretty much. What they always call them. Every bug is a feature until it's patched. Unless it's an exploit. Ghost troops return. Wait, you can see stuff in unowned that you currently don't own? I didn't even notice that. Let me go double check. Did they return ghost troops? I wasn't even paying attention when I clicked on owned earlier. I assumed it was just the other 4 faction troops. Because I believe there was 5 things there. 4 faction troops, which I didn't open yet. And then the mythic. I don't think there was any ghost troops there. Hello, William. Welcome. Ghost troops is when you can see troops prior to them being released. So if you click on owned and it shows stuff that isn't even released yet. I believe that's what he's referring to by ghost troops. I'm not sure if that's the proper term that people just use it by. But it's those troops, I'm pretty sure that's what it's referring to. Are the troops that show up in unowned when they're not actually released yet. They're not actually released, but they show up in unowned sometimes. You meant in combat ghost troops that don't die properly? Oh, okay. That's what you meant. That's also a thing. But yeah, the main thing that happens to normally is when skulls end up getting exploded or destroyed very quickly, with the board moving, it doesn't sometimes calculate out the damage instantly. It still calculates out the damage, but it has like a weird delay, which will make it so a troop that is dead will still show as alive until you apply damage to them again. Or until you apply damage in general. Because then it rechecks the damage thing once you do more damage. They fixed it for the most part, though. Like, there used to be way more glitches within the past. It's been pretty clean lately, for the most part. But you can still do it with, like, really quick explosions and destroys. Still end up getting it to occur. Mountain Crusher probably see it the most on, as far as viable things that are currently used. Just because it doesn't do any other amount of damage, just the explosion. And the explosion damage can get glitched and do, like, a delayed kill. It won't make it so you do less damage off any of your abilities, but it'll look weird. Because something that will be dead will still show as alive until you do damage again. You wouldn't be able to target it or anything, but it'd still be weird. How do you feel about the Skull decks? Skull Spam's decent at the moment. It's been better in the past, but it's definitely not bad currently. I wouldn't say they're too powerful. They're generally hard countered by Entangle or Reflect or a combination of both. The troops that have 25% Skull Reflect or Gloom Leaf with 50% also work pretty well with it. And that's stacked with Reflect. And you could just barrier them to give them more protection. But most Skull Spam isn't that bad. They can end up getting some really quick kills out of nowhere, like Doomed Blade and stuff like that, or, you know, the Doomed weapons. But aside from that, most of them aren't too bad. And there's, of course, the Divine Spell of Coolin combo, which can start looping before you get going. But there are hero classes that have Entangle at start of battle, which deal with all the normal skulls. And the ones that have Doom Skull spam, you can normally just keep down with mana accumulation. Every single Doom Skull spam option is extremely expensive to cast. The cheapest Doom Skull spam option, I believe, is 16 mana cost. Like the ones that actually create a substantial amount of ones. Like, there are a few that spawn the Doom Skulls for cheaper. But as far as the ones that spawn a really high amount, I believe the lowest is 16 mana cost, which is Bloodhammer. Was Bloodhammer 16 or 18? I forget now. But, it was either 16 or 18. I believe it was 16. Yeah, they're normally pretty expensive, so you can just mana drain them before they get going, normally. Cockatrice is a pretty good option for that, though there are plenty of others. There's a lot of spoilers about next patch on the spoiler thread. Oh no, did they leak info on next patch? Someone just asked on the forum if you can get level 11 chests. The answer is no. Oh, no one answered yet? Wait, let me go answer it for him then. Could we get level chests as a, in the future delves? Core quality is 10. Oh, never mind. He's just asking for it as a feature request. Never mind. He knows that's currently not possible. But anyways, it's actually possible to get level 12 chests, isn't it? No. Yes. It'd be very unlikely, though. Yeah, you could theoretically even get level 12 chests. Not actually, but, you know, assumably, if you were able to get enough upgrades to get to that point. Though they cap at 10, so you can't. Okay, what was I looking for? I'm looking for, spoiler thread. We could check real quick. I guess technically I can show it. I don't know, do you guys want to see some spoilers? That is technically released publicly if someone posted there. They probably weren't supposed to. But if it's there, why not? Let's see. Or is it just text? If it's just text, then it's not as interesting to show. If they showed like actual images, that'd be different. Let's see. Where's the info which you speak? I'm kind of skimming, so. Where's the info which you mentioned? I'm looking at the spoiler thread. I do not see it, though I'm skimming, like, really skimmingly. But yeah, I don't see the info which you're referring to. Definitely no images, that's for sure. Trying to read through the rest of the stuff too, but I'm not seeing anything on it. Or at least specifically on next patch. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. We'll go for mountain. Where do you find it? There's a spoiler thread on the forum. It goes over a bunch of spoilers. I don't normally check that thread personally, though. Mainly because most stuff on that thread is speculation, more often than not. Or it's stuff that gets changed before it gets released. Which forum? The Gems of War forum, the official forum. gemsofwar.com, underneath the forum section. Generally, if I'm referring to a forum, I'm referring to that forum. It's the most relevant forum for the game. Oh no, Zeddicus! He spoiled it in chat! Gasp! Yeah, Salty's in there. She moderates it some just to make sure nothing absurdly is nothing too absurd is said. But yeah, what Zeddicus said is correct. Trait Stones gives a bunch of different perks. I won't say specifically what. But not exactly like traits. But they do benefit. And they do work everywhere, except for Arena. Is there a lot of other info? Oh, did they spoil the whole thing? Why'd they gotta do that? Oh, it does have the full breakdown of them. RIP. Let's see, we'll go for that. Yeah, she did accidentally show a screenshot on stream of it. Though she didn't mention anything specifically about it, though. Oh yeah, he did end up posting. I didn't see it because it was underneath a thing. But yeah, he did post all the thingies. He posted all the things. Or maybe not all the things. He posted most of the things, though. Yeah, he even posted all the stats. He said all the infos. No, almost all the infos. There's actually a few things he didn't mention. I know, I clicked the link, I saw. Oh, so we're almost at 400. 2 more rooms to go. Actually, let's enter the code. I still haven't yet. 400 would be a pretty good location for it. How does it help in getting more trait stones? I won't say. But it definitely does. There's a change to something in game that's going to be making it easier. It's only slightly going to increase the rate of trait stones. However, it's going to make it a lot more consistent. Because as I mentioned, he didn't mention everything on that post. He mentioned a lot of stuff, but not everything. And that trait stone thing is one of the things that I believe is not mentioned on that post. It'll be really evident once next patch comes in, though. But basically, trait stones didn't necessarily get buffed. Like, their rate is ever so slightly increased, but it's more consistent to get guaranteed trait stones. Like, you can quite literally just get a guarantee arcane through something next patch. So the consistency of it per hour is a lot better, but its overall rate is only ever so slightly increased. It just makes it so it's kind of like a, it kind of just makes it so it's, you don't go like hours without getting any arcanes, basically. Like there's an actual consistent moment within farming you're gonna know for. Okay, we're back. Let's see. Back. Let me say refresh. Refresh. There we go. But yeah, stream's been annoying. Luckily it didn't die this time. It tried to. It attempted. He said too much. I didn't say too much. I said barely anything yet. The spoiler thread is what said it all. I said barely anything. Okay, I'll move that over. I'm still on. It should be. See, let me click refresh myself. It shows I'm on. Refreshing, refreshing, refreshing. Could always be that it's buffering. Oh, nope, still shows I'm on. So now I can't see chat. Chat go. Chat, where'd you go? Oh, maybe it is stuck. It's actually still buffering on my end, too. My own stream is buffering on my own end. Okay, now it's up. Okay, now it's back. We're back! Hey! And we got a Valraven. That was weird. But yeah, it was like a black screen buffering and then it came back. I noticed the same thing on my end too. Will Celestials be easier too? I am not certain on that. I believe they made it only for arcanes. To make it easier to focus down specific arcanes. I do not believe it includes Celestials. Celestial rate, I believe, is the same rate that it is now, or possibly even slightly lower. To make room for more arcane rate. Because arcanes are a lot harder to obtain than Celestials. Relative to how many you need of each. I believe the effective rate of Celestials might actually be lower. But the effective rate of arcanes being higher. To make it so that Celestial, or you know, they basically made one slightly lower so they could make arcanes higher. I'm not 100% certain if Celestials is overall lower next patch though. Someone could probably check the data on that. But last I recall, it's only for arcanes to be able to get specific focusing on them a little bit better. I don't think Celestials were included. In order to make it easier to farm arcanes. You'd still get plenty of Celestials, like more so in Explored than any other location. I'm just not sure exactly how they ended up implementing it again. After playing it for a few more hours, I'd probably remember. Does something get removed next patch? No, nothing's being removed. There are some difficulty areas where difficulty is being revamped, but no features being removed. They're adding a bunch of features. And a couple resources. Those little medals and things. But nothing's being removed. Like, how difficulty is set up as we know it is being removed to some things. However, I believe in almost every instance, if not every instance where they're removing it, they're either immediately planning a replacement or in the near future will be replanning a placement. Oh yeah, let me go hand out the code. I did say at 400 I would. There we go. Okay, next order of business. Code. Set at 400, and that is 400 completed. So let's go and hand a code. Okay. Code time. Where is the almighty code? Where is the almighty code? Is this the almighty code? Or was it the other one, the almighty code? I believe it's the one underneath this one. I'll double check this just to make sure I don't skip one. Nope, already used it. Had a feeling, but let's just double check it just in case. And this one should be the good one. You good? Oh, never mind. That one's not good either. Give it out a lot more codes than I thought already. I like the 6th code of this section. Are you not used? This one definitely should not be used. There we go. I forgot. We must have given out 2 codes on one of the streams yesterday. I guess yesterday morning stream we probably gave out 2. Yeah, that's probably when we handed out 2. That's why it threw me off for a second. But there you guys go. There's the redeem code. Use on gemsawar.com. Read the game code section. Your invite code is found in the settings menu. Redeem code's right over there in chats. Copy paste the random numbers and letters. And it gives the same reward as always: 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone! And we're almost at 500. Except unless we find 2 Valravens, there's no way we're getting it done today. Because we need those extra 3 battles from tomorrow. So we'll probably just do another 1 or 2 delves for now and probably just wrap up for now until later tonight. So if anyone still has any other questions, do let me know now. And we'll make sure to go over them. Yeah, we'll probably actually just finish out, yeah, we'll do 2 more delves. We'll do this one and the next one. They go pretty quick since we're skipping. This stuff's not going to take that long at all. Nor is the next one. Nor is any of these. We could have completely finished today if we really wanted to. Gosh. Stream. Come back. Okay, we're back. I don't know. I could ask Salty if I could stream it tomorrow. Let me go give her the exact post. And I'm gonna get the exact post. Is it this one? I believe it was this one. I'm gonna send it to her, say that this was spoiled, and contact Salty and see if I'm allowed to. What did she say to it? Oh, she actually saw it and didn't really say anything. Well, she did say stuff, but huh, interesting. So she did see it. I want to go ask her real quick, though. Curious. Where'd she go? Where's her thingy thing? There's her thingy thing. Let's go message her real quick. Message! Not sure she'll get around to it. No, I'm not sending this as a message back to her. 4.6. Oops, that's not 4.6. 4.6 spoilers. See. Notice there was no spoiler image posted this week. And someone spoiled the entire patch. Is fine if I stream some 4.6 tomorrow. At least I guess. Since all the info is out anyways. There we go. I have sent it to the Salty. And I did click the right one, right? Yeah, I already clicked the right one. Hopefully she says yes, so she's probably going to say no. She's probably going to say no, but we'll give it a shot, see what happens. Any troop rebalance? Probably, but we don't know. Wait, am I the stream? It's on a buffer, endless buffer again. YouTube, what are you doing? YouTube being YouTube. No, it's more like my connection be connection. Or lack thereof. It still shows it's streaming. It still shows it's streaming. Yet, infinite buffer. Buffering plus. Advanced buffering. Probably a good time to call it a stream. Sorry for the technical difficulty. There we go. Let's go finish out this last room. Not like anyone can probably see it right now since it's being all weird. But let's go finish this out. And then we finish out the rest a little bit tomorrow night, and then the rest tomorrow when we get our other 3 battles. Finish it out with, so we don't have to spend the extra 200 gems. 2 more hits will do it. 1 more hit will do it. And dead. Plus we still had more. There we go. Get our last chest. Grab our loot. And then we'll end right there on 420. And we have 4 battles left, but we have another 3, so that's 7. And as long as we find 1 Valraven within those 7 battles, we are good to go. Because one of those battles we'll use for 500, and then the other battle we use for Pure Faction. So, yeah, 1 more Valraven, and we have everything we need. And then we'll be good to go. But anyways, guys, we're going to be heading out for now. If you can even hear me, I'm not sure because it's been buffer spam. But anyways, ending stream now. Thanks, everyone, for coming by. I'll catch you guys later. As we do every night. Have a good weekend. There we go. Okay, so that's the end of this. Let's go ahead and stream.